A lot of people are struggling to shoot in NBA 2K25, and today I'm going to be giving y'all all the tips that help me shoot better in this game. Make sure you do drop a like, sub, turn on post notifications. It's all very much appreciated, and everybody is welcome to the family. Now, real quick, I'm going to say if you guys need to learn how to dribble, if you guys need dribble moves for any build, tall, small guard, it really doesn't matter. I got it all. Just check out my channel. I just dropped a 38-minute dribble tutorial teaching you guys how to basically do everything. As you guys can see, I just hit that crazy contested shot. I'm out here cooking up, greening up, doing everything. And I'm going to teach you guys how to shoot like I do. I already taught you guys how to dribble like I do right now. So basically after this video, you guys should be comp. You guys should be able to just sit there, go green up. Look at this glitchy move. Oh my God. But yeah, you guys will be straight after this video. Let me show you one more green and then we'll go ahead and get into the jump shots and everything like that. So as you guys see, bang, another green. That one was a slightly green, but hey, it don't matter. Green is green, baby. So let's get into the jump shots and everything like that. Now the first tip I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys is that you need to stay up to date with patches and the news cycle on Twitter. Now their Discord, the 2K official Discord, always releases patch notes, and sometimes they post it on the Twitter. So you need to stay up to date with that, because if they change the shooting and you're not just up to date with it, you might hop on the game and think your jumper got patched, or think that for some reason you just can't shoot no more, when in reality something changed and you just need to adjust to that change. A lot of people switch their jump shots because of this, think their jump shots got patched. A lot of people do stuff or end up thinking that they just can't shoot because of this, but it's just because something got patched, something got changed, and you weren't up to date with it. And now you're just shooting different. Like last year, for example, in the beginning of the year, there was a super bad delay that a lot of people learned how to shoot with, and then they removed that delay. There was still a lot of delay, don't get me wrong, but they removed a big majority of the delay, which changed people's jump shots. And a lot of people started thinking that they just couldn't shoot no more, when in reality the jump shot's just faster because there's less delay. So sometimes they change things like that, and it might change your jump shot, and you might need to just adjust to that. So staying up to date with that is a really big deal. Now the next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is give you guys my jump shots. I'm on my tall guard right now. Then I'm gonna switch to my small guard and show you my small guard jump shots. Then you guys got jump shots for everybody who's 5'7" to 6'4", and jump shots for everybody that's 5'9" to 5'9". I mean, everybody that's 6'5" to 6'9". So when it comes to my jump shot on the tall guard, this is what I'm rocking with. I use push. All right, now I'm gonna tell you guys real quick about the visual cues. I used to use set point at the beginning, but one thing I learned is that with shooting this year, this is another huge tip. I'm gonna go show you guys a small guard jump shot, don't worry. But when it comes to the visual cue, is you have to shoot off a visual cue and not muscle memory. And I've been doing that for a couple years now, and with jump shots, it doesn't matter what your visual cue is. If your release speed is at 100, your jump shot's going to stay the same speed. It's just the point you're releasing it at that's your visual cue. So going with a late visual cue isn't going to make your jump shot extra slow. It's just changing how long you hold your finger on square. So I stopped using jump and set point, because when you have something so fast, it's really hard to get that visual cue down when it's so fast. You know what I'm saying? If your visual cue is 2 seconds in, then it's going to be hard for you to get that visual cue and green off that visual cue every time. So I switched to push because it seems like it's easier for me to look at my player and actually green. With this, you're going to wait until the form is pretty much played out. You know how with set point, you'll wait till the arms bend? This one, you're going to wait till they extend. So that's pretty much all that it is. And I think it's a lot easier to, get the visual cue down. And when you get your visual cue down, honestly, you shoot a lot better. I'm telling you, if you're not using your visual cue, that's one huge mistake you're making on this game. Now, let me switch to my small guard and show you guys my small guard jump shot, and then we'll get into some more tips. Another thing I'm going to say is you need to be on high risk, high reward, because it doesn't matter. One thing that I'm going to let y'all know is the shooting is very RNG. The contest is very RNG. There's times where you'll run, jump in somebody's face and it'll be open. And then there's times where, you'll barely be up on them and then it's a contest. Like somebody reached on me and it was a lightly pressured, like you guys seen in the beginning. but sometimes people will run into your face and it won't be a contest at all. So the contest is really weird, and I feel like the jump shots is the same way. Now that you can't see percentages of what you're shooting and you can't really see like the full green window, I feel like a lot of it is like almost predetermined. You feel what I'm saying? So when it comes to shooting, I don't know, high risk, high reward, I feel like is the best thing to be on. Now let me go to my settings. Let me show you guys a jump shot, because high risk, high reward, if you're using low risk, low reward to rely on getting some whites to go in, then you're gonna shoot a lot of slightly earlys, you're gonna shoot a lot of slightly lates, and a lot of them aren't gonna drop. You are gonna make some of them, yeah, don't get me wrong, but you're not gonna make, every white. It's basically just gonna be random which whites you make, which whites you don't. You're gonna be shooting a lot of slightly earlys. You're gonna be like, oh, why'd that not go in if I got early timing? You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. Low risk, you're gonna make whites, you're gonna miss whites, you're barely gonna green. It's gonna shrink your green window. You could still green with it, but it's just not what you want to be playing on. So this is the jump shot for my small guard. Now let me show you guys the settings so you guys can see the high risk, everything like that. I think it's in controller settings. Yeah, it's right here. High risk, high reward. Now you could use the other ones if you want to. You could stay on normal if you want, and then you could get greens and you could get whites. But everybody that's at the comp level is using high risk, high reward. Learn your jump shot. It makes your green window bigger. Throw meter off. At that point, you should be able to green consistently. You know what I'm saying? High risk, high reward is definitely the wave this year. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you guys, because a lot of people were struggling. I know you probably figured it out now, but a lot of people were struggling trying to learn how to even turn their meter off. You got to go to customize HUD, and then you got to come over here and you got to, turn your shot meter off. Now, another thing that's really important is having your shot feedback actually on. When the game starts, it's that simple, and all you're going to see is that excellent. It's not going to say the contest lightly, slightly early. You need to know what you're shooting so then you can adjust, and you can, if you shoot slightly earlys all day long, then you know to let it go a little bit later. Look at the visual cue a little bit later and release it a little bit later. But with just excellent on, it's not going to help you guys. So that's another big tip that you guys are going to have to do. And another thing I'm going to tell you is you need to stick with boost or don't use them at all. Because when you go from using boost, even if it's just Gatorade boost, it changes your jump shot speed, especially jump shot boost. So if you have boost 1 minute, don't have boost another minute, have boost 1 minute, you're going from having a faster to a slower jump shot, faster to a slower jump shot. It's messing your timing up. It's messing a lot of stuff up for you. So either rock with boost, make the commitment, buy the boost, or don't use them at all, because you're just messing yourself up if you go back and forth. You're learning too many different timings. It's probably making your jump shot inconsistent. And that's why a lot of people think they need boost, is because when they get off a boost, their jump shot's different and they don't know how to time their jumper. So then they think they need the boost. So then they go back to buy the boost because it makes their jump shot the same again. You know what I'm saying? It's just one thing. It's either use them or don't. You can't go back and forth. Now, another thing I'm going to tell you is to get your lethal zones at the Art of Shooting gym. Now, I'm pretty sure that's down here. Hold on. It's somewhere over here, honestly. Yeah, here it is. Art of Shooting gym. Over here, you could do shooting drills every day to help you get your hot zones. And having your hot zones will help you green so much more, especially lethal zones. If you could get all of those, that's another big thing. You don't want to be bouncing from having no hot zones to cold zones. If you come in here consistent, keep your hot zones consistent, your jump shot will stay consistent, and you'll be able to green more because you got them hot zones. So you got to go in the Art of Shooting gym. You got to get your hot zones. You got to do everything. Now, another thing I'm going to talk about is just my honest opinion on the shooting and what 3-point is needed for your builds and everything like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that low 3 balls are definitely a thing again. You could get away with a low 3 ball. You just got to go high midi, just like last year. High midi gives you all the good badges. With the high midi, low 3 ball, you'll still be able to shoot. I don't know how low. I know 78 3 balls, you could shoot consistent with those, but I don't know about anything under it. But low 3 balls are definitely valid again this year. I mean, my 3 ball is at 89 because I want to end up getting that max one and putting it on limitless. So then I can have limitless on gold with my 6.6, and I'll be able to pretty much shoot from anywhere. Then I get more in the next seasons, put them somewhere else. But, that's a big thing. High mid-range definitely gives you a lot of shooting badges, and you can rock with a low 3 ball this year. Another thing I'm going to say is that The shooting, I don't mind the game at all. I like the game a lot. I like the shooting. I like the dribbling. I don't mind that they change things. I don't mind that it's different. It's a whole new game, and that's what people have been asking for. And there's a lot of things that they brought that a lot of people asked for. Remastered parks, crossplay. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. Rep rewards, rookie to legend. A whole bunch of stuff is back, and I honestly like the game. The only problem I have with the shooting is the contest system, even with badges, because I'm starting to get my badges now, and I actually have badges. Defense upgraded. Even with, badges and stuff, it still seems like you really got to punch somebody in the face to get a contest, or you're not going to get no contest. you It's hard, bro. Like if somebody really knows their jumper, they'll green a lot of yellow contests. It seems like it's really hard to contest people on this game. And I mean that's cool and all, but I feel like it's just crazy, bro. It needs, I'm not gonna say they need to nerf anything because we know if they nerf it, they're gonna like patch it to the ground. But the contests are kind of crazy. I mean, I myself have made crazy shots. I've watched people make shots fall into the ground. I mean, if you're a 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", and you run and you have your hands in somebody's face when they start the shot and they still green it in your face, there should be no like, I don't know, bro. The contest is really broken. Other than that, I like the game all around. I think it's really good. I mean, yeah, man, these are my tips to shoot better. If you just learn your visual cue, do all the things I said in this video, just your visual cue alone should help you shoot a lot better. So if your visual cue is too quick, if you're using set point jump, if you can't really shoot consistent with it, you need to switch to something later like push, and you need to just master the visual cue, because that visual cue is going to be the thing that saves you from breaking a lot of shots, because timings are inconsistent. You might get a different catch this play, a different catch that play that gives you a different shooting animation, and muscle memory is just not going to help you with that. You got to be able to look at that visual cue. So these are my tips, man. Until the next time, your boy Hunt is out.